in your opinion, who has been the 49ers' best player the last 2 weeks?
Don't say Trent Williams because he's the best player every week, no matter what. So someone different.
But his impact is always quiet, right? It's like, again, with offensive linemen, if you don't notice them, they're doing their job.
Yeah,
this is someone that's like the impact is just palpable all the time.
I'm here to talk again, and I took a victory lap already, but you know who I'm going to say.
Say it.
Azeez Al-Shaair.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So it shouldn't have taken this Seattle game for any of you to come around. And I remember
the same thing the week before.
I remember those comments about me and Azeez is better than Greenlaw. I didn't forget.
Nah.
The apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect.
Thank you.
Now the world. Oh my God, how good is Azeez Al-Shaair, man? Oh, shouldn't have taken you this long.
Shouldn't have taken you this long. Why did it take you this long? He's hella good. It took me a little longer than I like to admit. Although I was in Detroit and I was like, damn, that dude's everywhere. But his game against Minnesota was phenomenal, and then this one against Seattle was even better.
Yeah,
like he had a Patrick Willis game.
Yeah,
early Patrick Willis, 16 tackles and everything else. Like what? Who are you?
And if that drive at the end of the game gets a touchdown, guess who has his Dre Greenlaw moment? Azeez Al-Shaair is the reason that ball was punched out right there and gave them even a chance to do that.
That's right.
Since everybody loves plays at the goal line. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that it didn't end in a touchdown. But there would be no opportunity for a touchdown without Azeez Al-Shaair.
Let me tell you some Azeez Al-Shaair facts. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I was telling you about all the different grades from that? I went on that site. Tied for the 6th highest graded defensive player in the league right now. And he's gotten like 50% of his, production the last 2 weeks. I mean, he's going crazy. He's going nuts. You could argue he's as good as any player on the Niners right now. I mean, he's killing it, man. They need to give him money. They need to throw money at him right now. Take a new contract. Can we extend you to? Because every week his price tag goes up.
Greenlaw ain't getting his spot back, and you already brought it up.
Nothing against Greenlaw. This kid is
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what it gets misconstrued here. It's not that I'm against Greenlaw. It's that it's easy to see that Azeez Al-Shaair should never come off the field.
No.
Okay. So here's the thing.
He's better than Fred Warner. I'm sorry.
He's having a better season than Fred Warner.
Yes, he's having a better season than Fred. Fred Warner's having his worst season. It's crazy. He's having his worst season. He was better as a rookie. I don't know what's going on here.
But what you said is perfect. Minnesota game was his best game of the year.
Yeah.
Seattle game's his best game of the year. He's stacking and he's getting better. And the one thing that people wanted to point to me that Dre Greenlaw did better than Azeez Al-Shaair has learned now. That interception in the Minnesota game, he read the concept. He read the eyes. He undercut the route. That's in coverage. What does Dre Greenlaw do better than Azeez Al-Shaair that would warrant him getting off the field? And obviously, Kyle Shanahan believes the same because when Dre Greenlaw was available, he was next to Azeez Al-Shaair. You do not take players who are better off the field. And for everybody who tells me you can't lose your job over injury, yes, you can. You've lost your job because of injury. And it happens because you can't take the better player off the field.
I like to talk a lot about bang for your buck in football. I like to make it Moneyball a lot because it's capped league. And you talk about most valuable players. Well, value a lot has to do with your bang for your buck. And to me, the most MVP of this team all season is Debo, not only because he's the best player, but he's so cheap. Yep. I mean, Azeez is now he's so freaking cheap, and he's as good as any player on their team. I mean, he's right there in the conversation at defensive MVP, team MVP. What a freaking story, dude.
And
good for this guy.
He's a restricted free agent, so next year, no matter what people offer, the 49ers will have every opportunity to match. But if they're smart, you said, and there's been a little bit of rumblings of it, extend him now. Get it done. That's your guy.
You developed him. That's your guy. I'm sure he'd love to stay here.
Get it done. Get it done. And then you have two things that you can do with Dre Greenlaw. And both of them are wins, in my opinion. One, keep him as depth because you know that he can play. Dre Greenlaw is not a bum. He can definitely play.
No, he's solid.
Right.
And that's all he was drafted to be. This guy is an undrafted free agent who's now playing like Patrick Willis. Oh, my God. That's such – wow. That can really put you pretty far.
And for everything that we talk about swing and miss on draft picks, you have to give this regime a lot of credit for the undrafted free agents that they are able to develop and use. Him, Emmanuel Mosley, that's just as good as a draft pick. So, again, you have
to got to do a better job of keeping him. Like Kendrick Bourne should still be here.
Yeah.
We should have done a better job lobbying on that one. Samson Ebukam, give your money to Kendrick Bourne right now and come back. Samson. They went to college together. They picked the wrong college guy from Eastern Washington.
What is it? Kendrick Bourne, 7 years guaranteed, $7 million guaranteed over like 3 seasons.
So cheap in retrospect. That Niner guy says Trey is always next to Skang behind the O subs and always the first guy running around being an energy guy. I watch that for that every game. I have seen that. That's cool. I like that. I mean,
that's
what else are you going to do,
that's
right?
Cool.
This man
said that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Don says all wide receiver development is suspect. Look at Bourne, who looks all-world New England. Oh, you taking shots at Wes Welker, huh? Yeah, I wonder about Wes. Wow. I wonder about Wes. The old topic, but is there absolute answer to why Kyle didn't let Trey run his offense in the Arizona game? No, the world may never know. The world may never know on that one. What do you think?
I just think that Kyle wasn't confident that he could operate Jimmy's quick, efficient, over the middle, quick throws type thing. But my pushback would be, you have him in that game. You run him as many times as you do. What were those plays you were drawing up coming back from Justin Fields' pro day? You couldn't use 1 or 2 of them, in that game. Maybe.
Yeah. Why did they not run the ball against Arizona twice? That was so weird.
Yeah. And if you were nervous about him passing, you should be running the ball as many times as you do with Jimmy Garoppolo, who is, right now a better passer.
Brown Liquor Baron says 51 has been all over the field since preseason. He is on every tackle. Ref huddles, security at the entrance. He is everywhere.
Yeah. I'm happy for Al-Shaair, man. And that's like I said, for every time that we kill them for, hey, man, you drafted this guy, swing and miss. You drafted this guy, swing and miss. When you can get an undrafted free agent to perform at that level, him and Emmanuel Mosley, you have to give this regime their credit on that.
I can't imagine that there's a team in the league that has a better track record the last 5 years of discovering and developing undrafted free agents. I can't think there is one.
It's true. Amazing. And it's like added draft picks. And that's the thing is they're really good at whatever it is that they're looking for in undrafted free agents. I couldn't tell you their traits, whatever that they are looking for. They're good at looking for it, finding it, and then developing it. And you have to give this regime their credit when it comes to that.
And it's often the position coaches. I think the scouts and stuff are making the picks in the first few rounds. But as far as, I talked to the tight end coach about how he discovered Ross Dwelley. It's usually the position coach is watching a lot of film, which is unusual. But I guess that way, when they get a guy, they know exactly who he is. They've invested them, time and energy, and there's a reason they're there. It's not like some position coach like, who the hell are you? I've never seen you before. You from where? Never heard of you. So it's different. It's different on the Niners.
Seems like they work in tandem in that.
Yeah.
Seems like they work in tandem in that. Like, we don't know who's making the exact picks. Like, we know that John Lynch selected Solomon Thomas. We know that Ayuk was Kyle's guy. But sometimes we don't necessarily know all of them. But at least with these undrafted guys, if that's the case of what you're telling me, then it seems like this entire coaching staff and regime is actually in unison when it comes to that because of what they identify. And they're doing a good job at developing certain guys.